Hello, welcome to the Opal dungeon. We're going to cut some opal, and we're going to talk about something that might make some people mad, might be controversial. But you guys have asked me some questions that got me thinking, and I think some stuff needs to be talked about. So, as far as cutting, I got two different options here. Let's look at our options. All right, we have a 13 karat, $90 Cooper Petey. Let's get these nasty finish stones out of here. Here it is dry. I'm seeing some potential cracking right there and right there. But we also see some color that looks like it faces good here from the top. Definitely there from the side. That should be pretty straightforward, and that looks good right there too. Even color coming up through, nearly skin to skin color on it. We'll cut that one, and then we have a little parcel here. I showed you this once, a little 31 karat parcel that I got for 20 bucks. I have no idea. I think I just popped onto the auction, and it was something along the lines of, hey, the first person to say 20 bucks wins this parcel. So I typed in 20 bucks. I didn't even know what I was getting. Did I get anything? Let's look real quick here. I see a little color on that edge there, but it doesn't appear to go all the way through. Maybe. Put a pin in that one. Thin piece here. It's got a color bar in it. That one right there is probably the thing that I saw. So interesting. This one doesn't show anything here. It doesn't really face much there. Very light. Shows much better from this side. This one's going to be possibly directional. Shows good from this side. But will it show from the top and the bottom? Or the bottom? There's our two stones we'll cut. What is this one here? Yeah, this is just some... Well, I didn't overpay for it, but I didn't get much either. A little piece of doublet material if you want it. Well, we have what we're going to cut. So let's go get set up and cut. Let's start with this one and see how we look. Just so you know, the temperature is in the 30s right now. It's 25 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit. Do what? See what the problem is here? I'm going to have a hard time not bumping the camera. That's Fahrenheit, so roughly 0 degrees Celsius. So it's cold. And I'm waiting for that warm water that I have piped here from the kitchen sink to get here. Warm this wheel up. It's just about freezing. Alright. Let's see what we got from the top and the bottom. Alright, so our subject today that I want to talk about while we're cutting is I had some questions about the value I placed on some of the opals in the last video. $100 a carat, $200 a carat, $300 a carat. Hey, where'd you get those values? Who sets those values? That's an excellent question. I didn't have a really good answer other than I'm basing them on what I see other people say their opals are worth. Because I don't sell opal, I'm basing it off of what I see other people post as far as values and that stuff. And when people say this one's worth this much a carat, that's worth that much. I look at literally thousands and thousands of opals, between YouTube videos and Facebook pages and that stuff. I'm a member of probably at least 5 Facebook pages dedicated to selling opals that are finished and that stuff, and that's kind of what got me thinking. Is anybody out there on a casual basis making money off of opal? other than, and I'm not saying that other than people selling opal. The miner carries all the risk, and then somebody buys it from him. That person probably has the least amount of risk, because if he buys well, he just sets his price. You may have to wait, but when he sells it, he's selling it for a profit ostensibly. And then there's you and me that buy that. Now, my story, I didn't get into cutting opals. I didn't get into cutting opals starting to show some color through there. I didn't get into cutting opals to sell opals and make money off of opals. I got into opals because I loved opals and I got interested in them. I wanted to make some Christmas presents and presents to give away, and I liked the process. I liked learning. I never really did it with the. Sorry, I'm trying not to hit this. Try not to hit the stand that the camera's on. I think this is a much better look for you than off to the side where I've had you, so I'm trying to fight through it. Okay, so I think we're about ready to top that one up, and we're just going to do an oval on that one. Let's look at our. What did I pay for this one? I don't remember. Is it $75, $90, something like that? This one should be, other than the cracks that I'm worried about. We can go through and look and see what it has in it. Got that sand right there on the side. These ones don't seem to leave a whole lot of mystery as to how they need to be cut. We'll get a nice big oval out of this one if there's good, it doesn't fall apart on us for cracks. Anyway, so back to our conversation here. I have only ever listed one set of opals for sale. They didn't sell. I listed them at $1,000. They didn't sell. I subsequently had them set into jewelry, and if you subtract the cost that I paid on the settings, which was significant, the value of the opal should be at least 3 times, what it was estimated to value at. Conservatively, the value of the opal should have been at least 2 to 3 times what I had listed it for that it didn't sell at. But if I was, I'm starting to get to the point where I have quite a few opals stacked up here, and I have, pretty much all the jewelry and gifts that I need lined up. And I started thinking in terms of, well, what if I started selling some of these, getting some money back, so I can keep cutting and keep enjoying this hobby. It is for me a hobby. But you would like to have a hobby that you could maybe get a little bit of money back out of. So we're going to get that skin off. We're looking good so far. Got ourselves a nice oval here. Thickness is nice. I think we're going to make that the top. It might end up double-sided, but for now that'll be the bottom. So I think I'm going to go dop these up. Get ourselves a good base to dop up onto. Might go down just a little bit more. I think we wanted to do it from that side. So I think both of those are ready to dop up. Especially because my hands are now frozen. And I'm going to need the extra dexterity that a dopping stick's going to give me to be able to hold on to these. Alright, while my hands thaw out a little bit, got that one dopped up. Again, we used our UV resin, like 3 to 5 seconds, hitting it with that UV, and it puts it, you don't want it fully hardened, you just want it to be holding, and it's worked awesome so far. I really like it. So on our subject here, so I got to thinking, where's the light? The lighting here is terrible. There we go. I'm a member of quite a few Facebook groups, both that sell rough opal, sell finished opals. I'm in the opal scene as much as you can be from here, from America, but I follow almost everybody. I watch almost everything, and I got to thinking about some of your questions. Who's making money off of cutting opal? Obviously, Justin, Black Opal Direct, makes a good living cutting opal. But you and me, the casual cutter, do you have any hope of selling your stones and making any money, getting some money back out of it? Now, I've made videos before that said, and 53 Fogs has a video out going, hey, don't get caught in the opal trap. It basically says, hey, if you're trying to sell your opals, you need to have them set. They need to be in jewelry. Customers for jewelry are millions of people. Customers that buy just a finished opal stone, very minimal. And I think there's definitely some truth to that. And so I've spent quite, the last week, I've been paying attention to it for a while now, but I just sort of started paying attention closer to the people that are trying to sell finished stones. Are they selling them? Are they making any money? I can tell you from my experience and what I've seen, nobody's selling them. I just barely found, and I could post these, you can find them, finished Australian opals, whatever you want to look for on Facebook, whatever you want to look at the groups. There's literally hundreds of opals listed for sale on these sites. And I was hard pressed looking for days at opals listed to find anybody selling anything. I found one person that had about 10 stones listed, and it said this one stone is sold. Didn't say whether it was sold through Facebook or if they just sold it in some other way, but that one was sold. I just barely found one that had a very nice stone listed, set in jewelry, and it said, hey, go to my store if you want anything else like that. I went to the store. It's on Etsy. Sales for that person, 0. They have not sold a single thing on their Etsy store. Maybe it's new. Maybe I just saw it for the first time. But I've been going through, and is anybody buying finished opals unset? Not really. So if you want to teach yourself how to set opals, the semi-mount route is the easy way to do it because it doesn't take a whole lot of experience, doesn't take a whole lot of cost. You can set it and you can buy it. But if you think you're going to be able to cut opals and sell them in finished stones unset, my experience and what I have observed is nobody's buying those, at least not for anything close to what people are saying is market value. I see people listing stones that for $100 or $200 or $300 just trying to move them, and I still don't see any action on those ones. I looked at some on eBay to see if someone, there probably is a few people buying them. There's so much garbage. Most of it's, not Australian opal. Most of it is Ethiopian opal, and it's mislabeled oftentimes as Australian opal, at least in the title or something like that, and it's obvious it's Wellow opal or something like that. So there's so much corruption in the selling industry that I think people probably are reluctant to. And just think of it: who's just buying loose opals? Most people you might, and this is something I thought about doing, and going to a couple of the jewelers that are here in town and saying, hey, do you have any interest in maybe on a commission basis? You guys set them and I provide the opals, and you sell them and we split the profits. I haven't tried that avenue because right now, like I said, I've been hit or miss when I've been able to cut. But once I get more stabilized and can cut more often, and I find a place to cut that's not below freezing, that might be an option. Maybe you have a jeweler you can work with directly. But I really think that at least we need to have the conversation that I don't think the average person cutting opals casually has any chance of making any money back for them. So just know that going in. Make stuff for yourself, set them in jewelry, give them away as gifts, maybe sell them at your arts and crafts places and stuff like that. But I think you probably should be aware of the fact that finished medium and low grade stones, there's a glut of them on the market for multiple reasons, and you're not going to sell them. You're not going to move them. Just you're going to have a bunch of them sitting around hoping to make your money back so you can keep cutting. And my experience, what I've observed and what I've seen, they're not going to move. You got to set them in jewelry, and then even then, there's not a huge market for them. I'd be interested in what you guys' experience are. Maybe some of you out there have a place to sell finished stones that they move really well and you get some good value out of them. I'm betting not. I'm betting that nowhere near like your $100 a carat, $200 a carat medium grade stones. I mean, obviously, Black Opal Direct deals in stones that are in the thousands per carat. And that's a whole different market. That's the high-end jewelry market, and that's probably got its own set of rules. But I just think that I'm curious, what is you guys' experience? You guys cut stones medium to low grade and have any market for them? If you do, reach out to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that the conversation should be had that don't go buy some medium and low grade rough and think you're going to cut some stones and make a bunch of money or even make your money back, because you're probably not going to. That's my experience, and that's probably going to make some people mad. Tell me what you guys think. Let's finish cutting these stones. My hands are thawed out. Water's still not warm yet. I'm not sure, after looking at this after dopping it, I dopped it on the opposite side of what I planned for one. There's a big crack right there in the middle of it, see? This one into a teardrop and not lose quite as much. Not bad. This isn't a stone that we're going to set or sell. Might as well maximize the yield. See what we get. Hey, color just showed up. Color just showed up. I don't think this one has near the thickness of the color bar that the other one has, so we're going to be careful and we're going to try for a medium to low dome on it and just try to get that skin off the top and see if we end up with a stone. It's actually just surprised me. It's really hard because I can't get down over the wheel to look down and make really fine adjustments. I'm basically cutting this with my feet and with my face about 6 inches to 8 inches further away than I'd like to be, because I'm trying to give you guys a good view. I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you that's what we're doing. Okay, I think we're done with this one on this stone, so let's go to our... So we got 5 stones in that parcel for I think it was 20 bucks. We got a $20 stone right there, I think we might. This one right here was, I can't remember if it was 75 or 90, but this one I think we will go for an oval. Let me actually go mark this one with a calibrated cut, just in case we end up with something that we might want to set. I'll be right back. Alright, I started to mark that, and I kind of did, but we're not going to do that. I think we can get more out of it. That would be an 18 millimeter calibrated cut. I'm literally ignoring the black marks here right there. Let me move the camera real quick. Okay, I had to sacrifice your look for just a minute so I can get it on the top of these and just kind of refine their shape a little bit. I cut mainly by eye. So I'm a knife maker and I do everything by eye. I've learned that you develop an eye. Develop an eye for stuff, and I trust my eye as much as I trust anything I can measure. Hoping that we're getting ourselves a uniform bevel right here to start our dome. We're going to have to take some of that top off because it's lopsided. See, it's lopsided. It slopes down from here. The high point's got to be the center, and right now the high point's over here on this side. So we've got to adjust that. always hurts your feelings to take some off the top there, but we need the dome's got a peak in the center, both from top to bottom and from left to right. So we've moved the dome closer to the center where it was off to the side here. Can't see the color quite as good from the angle you're at now, but we'll move it again. Just trying to refine our shape. As I've said before, I kind of refine and cut and refine and cut. As I'm cutting the dome, I'm continually watching the shape to make sure that I'm where I want to be. Might have to stop and thaw my hands out again. It's cold. It's 30 degrees out here. I'm in a t-shirt because I'm a very smart person. Taking that bevel down a little bit more for our dome. I think we can get a little bit more dome than we were getting. And we still got some skin on the top, so that top needs to come down a little bit more. So okay, we're ready to move to the other stone. Got you off to the side for a moment. I might pull you back in as soon as I'm confident in our shapes here. So I'm cutting this here, the bevel. I want to slight taper up toward the top so that I have something to set against. And I'm just continuing to refine this shape and also our dome. I think this one's going to be a fairly flat dome. I still got a pretty good chip in the top of it. I'm trying to work down and get out. And I don't want to get out of the color. This one's hard to tell from the side, but I don't know how much color I've got to work with here. I've got a couple different layers. I don't want to get into a cloudy layer in between the two. But as of right now, it's actually showing better than I thought it would. $20 for that piece. I think so far. See what we end up getting out of it complete, but I think you can keep your $20 out of that one. Despite what I said earlier, I think someone would buy this for 20 bucks. I got a low spot I can see on my top up here that I'm trying to work my way down to. You can't have low spots on your dome. Not bad. Not going to be the brightest, but it's got nice color. It's got. Just gotta hope we can get through that low spot and still be in the color. I hope you guys appreciate. I do this anyway, but it's cold. This is just dome out here cutting. Hands wet, 30 degrees. I think it's probably 34 degrees. It's not freezing. I don't know what I'm complaining about. It was much colder yesterday, and it's supposed to actually be in the 50s by Sunday, but I'm going to take this in and look at it, see if I got that low spot out. I'll come back. Alright, looks like the low spot's out. I couldn't see any more of it. Might take that dome down just a little bit more. Get greedy. will be medium to low domes. Just about to the point where we need to polish. So I'm just tickling the sides so we find that shape. Might end up with a better stone out of our $20 parcel than we get out of our much more expensive one. We'll see. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, now onto our oval. It's dried. What is that? It's dried. Let's hope that color brightens up some. Tweak the shape. Once I get the shape, I think I can bring you back over here and give you a front seat again. I don't know if you can see my face, but I'm down here hovering, looking straight down at the stone, I'm looking straight down at the contact point between the wheel and the stone. I think from here, I'll bring it back. Okay, we're actually getting nearly some direct sunlight in there. From that angle, keep that in the sunlight. Yeah, some direct sunlight on it. And now I'm having to crane my neck off to the side to avoid the camera. I'm just letting you guys know what's going on. I'm not complaining. I know when I watch. Here's another good discussion. What do you like in opal cutting videos? I like this look right here, right down on, so I can see what the stone's doing, what the wheel's doing. It's how I learn by watching other people cut, learn from their mistakes, learn from their wins. But what do you like in opal cutting videos? I try to do what I like, and by that I mean I like people who cut good quality stones. But I want to see something that works out good. I want to see the wins and the losses. Not everything works out. I like to see a start to finish. And I don't really care for videos that just end up in a bunch of rubs. You just sort of peek into a stone and then leave it. I want to see take a piece of rough and turn it into a finished stone. And bonus, if you can turn it into a finished stone and then set it a piece of jewelry. I don't have the patience for that very often. I do some of that on a few. But I at least want to see a finished stone when I'm done. I want to see, because I think it allows you to cheat, if I could word it that way. How do I get that word? See sunlight here. Where's the sunlight at? I think it allows you to cheat a little bit when you're just doing rubs. And this isn't meant to offend anybody. I'm just telling you what I like to see. But if you actually have to complete the stone, if you actually have to have a finished stone, meaning the shape has to be done, it has to be perfect. I think sometimes the stone looks better than it actually is because you didn't make the sacrifices that you're going to have to make to take that rub into a finished stone, and you don't have a finished polish or anything. See what I actually did. So for my preference, I like to see a stone. I like to cut from rough. I like to see it go all the way through the process, and I want to see it to where it's ready to be made into jewelry, and that's what I prefer. What do you guys like to see in a video? What is the length? I try to keep mine under 30 minutes whenever possible because attention span and everything, but I also try to give you the whole process, and I try to have something interesting to talk about. Okay, ready to put this on the finished wheel. Alright, this is my polishing wheel, my finishing wheel. The 1200 grit is pretty worn down. It probably needs more like 2000 grit now. It's a softer wheel, so it's got some give, so I can get a lot of the little facets and grooves that are left from a direct contact on a harder wheel. It doesn't take much if you've done the work on the other wheels. I use it mostly, you can see right here, so I want to actually cut a little bit. I'll move out here to the side where I've got more grit. And when I I just want to polish, I'll kind of move to the center and do one of my worn spots. I got a new wheel, or a new belt I can put on this, and I almost did for this, but this one's still doing good. I still get a good polish off of it. And a little polish here. Then we'll take them inside and finish our discussion and see what we ended up with. We'll be able to see if our $20 parcel cut a better stone than our $75, $90. I can't remember what this one was. It was a good piece of mid-grade Cooper Petey. We're going to find out here pretty quick what we got out of it. I think we might be surprised. My hands are just frozen. Good thing I don't need any dexterity to cut opal, right? That's why you dop it up. Alright. Alright, I haven't cut the bottoms yet, and I haven't taken them off the dop sticks, but I wanted to give you a look and let you decide. This is our $20 parcel, and this is our $90 13 karat. You tell me which one cut the better stone. You never know. It's got a cool play of color. Which one? Okay, so we had a $20 31 karat parcel, which is all of this stuff right here, and this stone. And we had a $90 13 karat Cooper Petey. All of this is Cooper Petey. But did we get better value from our $20 stone, or from our $20 parcel, or our $90 stone? That's the question. I think in brightness, the $20 teardrop definitely wins. Shoot, I just weighed these. 3.9 and 5.8. I better go weigh them again. I just threw them on real quick. Tell me which one you prefer. There's probably the best look at both of them. I'll go see if I can't get a look at them outside as well. See if I remembered right. 5.8, 5.9, and 3.9. 4.0. I think we got a little bit of water on the scale, but 5.9, so just under 6 and just under 4. Let me go show them to you in the sunlight. All right, here we are in sunlight. Tell me which one you like better and why. Try not to drop it on the asphalt. That one looks better from some angles. Look at that. I'm right on the asphalt, so I'm trying not to drop them on the asphalt for some reason. Look at the colors in that. There's storm clouds in that one. And this one. Couple of nice stones either way. Got a $20 parcel We got a $20 parcel and a $90 4 carats, 5 carats roughly, or just under 6 carats. Hey, is this Pulitzer opal or what? This depends on how you turn them and how the light hits them.